And because we've reached a tipping point, what I was shown, the way that I describe it, it looked like I first saw like a double crunch. From the west coast of the United States to the east coast of Russia, there was going to be an event that was going to devastate the coasts, the coastlines, the west coast of the United States and the east coast of Russia. So basically it was going to be the edges of the Pacific Ocean. And at the same time, that same event was going to produce a similar effect on the east coast of the United States and the west coast of Europe. And also there was going to be things happening on the west coast of Africa as well. So what I'm seeing, the only way that I could describe that would be like a double crunch, because the way that things would be creeping over, it's like there's like an energy that's compressing in, and everything that's on the west coast of the United States and the east coast of Russia, that event is going to be happening directly because of the human exploitation events that have occurred over the past 400 or so years. And the same thing goes for the east coast of the United States and also the west coast of Europe and Africa. These similar events, and we've seen some things taking place now with the severe weather that's been happening in Europe, those types of events, there's going to be more of them and they're going to intensify. And that is why. It's because of the participation, their participation, especially over the past 400 years or so, in this global exploitation, human exploitation, sex trafficking, child trafficking trade. It's going to be east and west, and I'm also seeing something happening at the poles. So it's going to be east and west, north and south. So there's going to be an event in Antarctica and South America area, and there's also going to be an event that's going to take place in the Arctic area and all the countries that are in the Arctic. There won't be any place that can escape it, but it's going to be extreme in those areas. So I'm seeing an event that's going to affect the four corners of the earth. This is an event that's going to be affecting the four corners of the earth, and it's coming very soon. It was hard for me to fathom it when I first saw it because it was so big. And at first my mind only would process it as a double crunch. That's the way it came to me, was a double crunch, like a crunch, because it was going to be so sudden, like a sudden type of a crunching, high pressure event that's going to be taking place in the west and the east and the north and the south.